Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Unfiltered Podcast. We are your host, Marco Barella.
And True Sugar?
Indeed. Sorry for the late upload. Shit completely flew past my head. I'm not gonna lie. That's our fault. We're bad hosts. This time it's my fault. It's not Troy's fault this time. It's my fault. I'll
Yeah.
I take
I'm not the bad guy
accountability.
anymore.
Um but yes, so welcome back to another episode. Sorry for the late upload, but we're here and we're chilling. We um Basically, today is a random episode because we have a couple of random topics that because I didn't have time to plan out this episode. We're just gonna talk about whatever was on top of our heads. Hopefully, we don't talk about grandma saggy titties again this time. Troy, I'm looking at you, Troy.
There's no guarantee. There is no guaranteed.
There's no guarantee. What room are you in, by the way?
In my kitchen.
I don't remember there being that much light. I mean, I was there when it was dark. Am I crazy?
It's the camera. The camera
Oh, so it's not
makes
that.
everything lighter. And also over there, I don't have any lights on in here. Lights are all out there, but it's just because camera and it's bright. And whatnot.
Gosh.
Yes.
It looks like it's fucking daylight, but I'm looking at my window and it's still fucking kind of cloudy outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, so unfortunately, we're still not in person yet. We're gonna work on that, but I was at Troy's new apartment. It is a banging new apartment. It's way bigger than his previous location. Um, but it's very nice. How are you now that you're almost damn near half a month in? Like, how are you feeling in the new place? What do you don't like? What do
Great.
you do like?
I like it. There's a lot of great things about it. There's not much not to like.
Like what? What are you thinking? Like what's something that you miss at your old place that this place doesn't have?
There's not a beer store across the street from me.
Oh no, Wawa.
No, no, there was a actual beer store. There's no Wawa that I can walk to right down the street. There is, but it's like a 25, 30-minute walk
Nah, it's not
on
worth
like
it at that
not
point.
enjoyable
It's so
areas.
damn.
Other than that, everything's close by, but it's like like a maybe 5-minute drive by car. Where before it was like I could see Giant outside of my window across the street.
Yeah.
Literally just across the street, there was a beer store. And then, 10-minute
Your
walk down
yeah.
the street was Wawa.
Your apartment was
And then the other
really
way, there
well
was a bar.
yeah, your apartment was at the old place was really well like conveniently
Yes.
placed. Like you had everything set up. You were near Chipotle. You were near Wawa, like you said. Everything was. But like I mean, is it a nice neighborhood? You feel comfortable in the neighborhood though?
Oh, it's great. Oh, it's great. Everybody's nice here. It's a little bit more expensive, so you don't have to worry about, like, trashy people being here. You know what I mean? Like, people
I know
that
exactly
are
what you
going to
mean,
steal
Troy.
your stuff, and certain people are not around.
Bad
There's not as many
people,
around here.
criminals,
Like criminals and bad people and bad drivers.
women.
Women. No.
No.
No, there's some terrible drivers down in
You can't escape that. That's
down
just
there.
inevitable.
No, that's down there. Up here, they're a lot better. They're just more annoying. Down there, they're just idiots.
Yeah. Have you ever driven in like New York or Jersey?
Yeah.
Dude,
Went
it's
to New York.
I haven't obviously driven, but like I've seen my
December.
parents. Like, oh my god, it's just like a whole like a foreign country of how fucking
yeah.
bad they are.
If you do it a lot, I could see how you could figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But most of the time, like your area per se, you're either doing public transportation or you're within walking distance. You're gonna get an
Yeah.
apartment where you're like, maybe a 20-minute walk to work. Or like, you know what I mean? Or and
Yeah.
then like your favorite area to go is 5-10 minute walk away. Or
No,
you
yeah,
can
I get
catch
that.
a quick, train down to Manhattan or over to wherever.
Yeah. Cause like that's the thing where my dad, who grew up in Jersey and went to work in New York for good 3 to 4 years, like he would tell me about his day-to-day travel and like he would work until like 2 or 3 in the morning and take the subway back home and then like going back like when we went to New York a few weeks ago to go watch the Mets game, he already knew where he was basically going because
Mhm.
he knows New York and Jersey from the back of his head. I feel like at this point, But like, still, like, you can't take account for the fucking horrible drivers. What are you inhaling? Troy just took a shot of an unknown substance. What's today's liqueur? Up now we're just chasing it down. Oh my god. Oh, now he's got a fucking funnel. Oh, he's going to
Whoa,
town on
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa! I'm not funneling.
He's
Um,
butt chugging it. What the fuck?
Whoa, yeah. I did like half vodka, and then it was like almost like a homemade lemon drop without real lemons.
Mm,
I did some simple syrup, some of the squeeze lemon.
he's lemon,
You
yeah.
know, hold on, let me. Oh shit, I dropped it. Anyway, like the squeeze lemon
Oh
things,
yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
and then vodka. It was pretty simple.
fun
I just want to see how it
indubitably.
tasted. It was not that great.
Hopefully, we're not doing that while driving, Troy. Right, Troy? We're not gonna.
No, we're not drinking and driving.
Do
Wink,
say
wink.
with me. Don't drive and drink. Troy, say with me.
Don't drive while you are simultaneously drinking in the car.
But no,
Yeah.
no,
No,
but
no.
no,
Don't
but.
don't drive around and drink.
Okay, let him cook. Let
That's
him
what all
cook.
I gotta say. All I
Thank you,
gotta say.
Professor.
That's the end of my statement.
You
There's
would have
other
been a
ways
great
around
teacher.
it, however, but that was not the point.
There's no way around it. No, you can't. You can't take a magic pill that you can fucking take and you're instantly sober.
Well,
That'd be broken.
it's called drinking before you drive.
Or just sleep at the person's house after you drink, and then the next morning you drive home.
It's a smart idea. Mark, you should take that advice.
Maybe I should.
Instead of getting a $40 Uber that I paid for to get back to your house.
You didn't pay for it all.
I did.
You paid for 39 Zaya and fucking Angela paid
And no,
for
I
it.
told him it's fine, and I paid for the entire thing.
So that's your fault then.
Um, you could have just stayed over, and I could have taken you home the next morning.
I shoulda, coulda, woulda. This is what you get when you have the strict parents. I love you, mom and dad. You know you're strict.
You could have told them beforehand and say, "Hey, I'm gonna sleep over at Troy's.
But
We're
like,
not doing drugs. I can't do drugs, number one, because I can get randomly drug tested at work, and I'm gonna lose my job for it.
why
By the
would
way,
you? You should be able to take drugs. You do heat and air
okay,
conditioning.
Mr. Barilla, you hear that? I don't do drugs. I promise you. I can't. I don't smoke pot. I don't take any other drugs because I can't. Because if I get do a random drug test, I would lose my job.
Good boy. Good
We
boy.
don't do anything bad like that.
No. But alcohol is
However,
on the table.
however, there's one thing that's on the table.
Yes, sir. Jug, 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 jug. Oh shit, he's actually fucking jugging it. Oh my. Oh, this is actual fucking talent. That's America's Got Talent worthy. Holy shit.
Yes, sir.
Hand him his keys. No, I'm joking. Please don't. That's fucking awesome though.
Hold on, Marco, hold on.
Oh damn. He's got more apparently. Up his
All right, so this is another huge announcement, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hi.
This is Vienna.
Vienna, the new doggo in the
This is
family.
Puppy. She is a golden retriever.
Oh my gosh. How big is she gonna be? Cause she already has massive ass paws.
She's probably gonna be close to 100 pounds. You gonna lay up here?
That's a big ass baby. Vienna is the newest family member of Troy's, and she's the most fucking adorable little thing I've ever seen. That is.
How
Oh,
sweet she is.
hi. Hi, baby. Oh my. Those big ass paws. She's like, put me the fuck down. Leave me alone. She's already feel like she's fucking grown 5 pounds. Aw,
Her first vet appointment is next week, I believe.
really? She
She
caught up on
is
shots and
like,
stuff?
yeah, she has all her shots currently.
Yeah.
She is, I think, she's like 8.5 weeks old.
Aw,
Yeah, she'll be 9 weeks next week. So
that's awesome.
my mom even said she saw her. She saw her the day after. Day after. The day after we got her, right?
Yeah.
And then she saw her like 3 days later, and she said she thinks she got bigger.
I mean, literally,
I
like,
know.
that face. Oh my goodness. I mean, like I was talking to, I think I was talking to your significant other about it. I was like, I miss the feeling. Like, I mean, I have 8 dogs, so I've gone through
Mhm.
the memories of raising a puppy up into how big they are, and like it's just it's a workout for sure. It's a lot of responsibility for the first like year, but after that, like, it's just
Not even the first year. The first year's not that bad. She's being a pain in the ass because she didn't really understand things. So it's hard to yell at her for stuff.
oh, you can't get mad at that face. Oh, it was sniffing the
Yeah, like you
mic.
can't yell at her or things. But also, like, she didn't understand why you're upset at her. Like a normal dog, like Titus, he knows when I'm upset. Her, like, I'll yell at her and she'll just kind of look at me and be like, "Okay,
Hmm. It's
okay."
like, God fucking
She
damn it,
kind of
stop
gets it
pissing in the
sometimes.
house. And she's like, oh, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that was her biggest thing. She for the first day, 2 days. For the first 2 days, she didn't do anything outside. We couldn't get her to do anything outside. My mom had her outside for an hour. Was it? We got her Friday, so Sunday. My mom had her outside for an hour and a half.
Hmm.
Didn't do anything.
Oh, God.
Came inside, pissed right on the runner as soon as she
Good.
came
I
inside.
still have older dogs that do that. That's something that sometimes just never
Yeah,
really.
that's not good. That's what we
Well,
picked up. We picked up the runner. Well, the runner's probably gonna get thrown out, but we picked up the main carpet that was down. Hey, Gunny.
aw,
And then
that's
so all of
awesome.
that is picked up, so she doesn't pee on it. But she is so stinking cute.
So the youngest dog that we have is she's technically my
It's the little one, right?
grandparents. Yeah,
Yeah.
little Yorkie, Mia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We got her
Mia.
a year ago, and we had a Yorkie before Stella. She's still, but when we got Stella like 10 years ago, and she was like a fucking like a not a gerbil, yeah, like a gerbil size. Like you could pick up with one hand, and still you can still technically do that. But like she's grown. But like with Mia, is that Mia's also a Yorkie, but like there's gotta be a different gene in her because she's fucking humongous for a Yorkie. She's taller and longer than Stella, and Stella's 10 years old while Mia's only 1 year old. And keep in mind, like I said, they're both Yorkies, but I guess Mia has a different like genetic gene that Stella didn't
Yeah.
have. I don't know, but like she is the most craziest fucking dog. She's kind of this. Oh my god, so fucking cute. She's still similar where like she'll go outside, but
There we
like
go.
she's just, oh my god, she's a spoiled dog, but she's cute. Like you said, they're so cute you can't get mad.
Yeah.
But
She is a problem. Well, she's not a beggar. However, she doesn't know to like not just come right to your food and start eating it. So like I had it was what yesterday? Yesterday it was Memorial Day. No. Yeah,
yeah,
2 days
Monday,
ago.
2 days ago.
Monday. By the way, happy Memorial Day. Shout out to all the people that fought for this country and lost
God
their lives.
bless.
We
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate you. We appreciate what we have. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Um and everybody that of course served.
God bless
But
him.
anyway, on Monday, I had spaghetti on the couch. Well, terrible how it sounds. I was eating like we made noodles and then we had this 3 cheese marinara sauce. Anyway, making it
Oh,
and I had it. What the fuck do you mean?
ugh, what the fuck? You guys are like
What do you
college
mean?
students, know how to make food.
Marco, I don't see you cooking anything.
Bitch, I grilled last year. 4th of July, hot dogs, burgers. I cooked
4th of
everything.
July last year. It's almost 4th of July this
I cook
year.
for my family sometimes, and I help cook. I'm just saying, if you want me to make it, I'll make what. Name something, I'll probably make
Come
it for
over
you.
and make an Italian dish.
You fucking
Por
racist.
favor.
You fucking asshole. Anyways, you were eating spaghetti on the couch.
And I just had it sitting next to me on the couch, just because I was sitting on the ground. And I had it on the couch next to
Yeah.
me, just on the seat. And she just comes up, jumps up, and just starts eating it. I'm like, dude, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
No filter,
And then
man. No
today,
fucking filter.
I had dip. I was eating my crackers and dip, and I was sitting on the ground because I'm of course still in my work uniform. I haven't showered yet.
Are you still on call? Are you
No, I'm
off?
not called
Okay, I'm
today.
about to say, I was like, what the fuck are we doing this?
Yeah, I know. I just sat down on the ground while I was watching my show. Once I got home,
What are you watching? Give us just here.
The
Anyway.
Shadow of Eminence.
Is that anime or just a regular show?
Mhm.
W.
Mhm.
And there was anime.
Um,
Anyways, eating chips and
Tom
dip. Yeah.
Hilo, shout out. It's actually really good. I've been waiting for it. It actually, I thought I couldn't get it, and then I think either they just added it or I couldn't find it before, but now it's on there. So
Good.
shout
All
out. Yeah,
right.
it's a great show.
W.
Anyway, she all though the thing is, this dog. Well, oh, that's right, crackers. Sorry, my brain is going a million places watching them. Um, they buddy. I was sitting there. I had the container on the ground, but I had the lid, or I had the container in my lap, but I had the lid with like the plastic shit. Because of course comes with plastic over it.
Yeah.
Um, and the plastic had a little bit on it. She just comes over and starts licking the fucking lid, and it was all, of course, on the couch again, on the seat of the couch, and I was sitting on the ground.
Unbelievable.
She just hops up and starts. I'm like, dude, no! Like, what are you doing? Very angry. That time, the first time, all I did was push her. She likes to
Yeah.
slide across the ground as well because she slides really easily. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, no, like it is very frustrating, especially because like
Leave him alone.
I have two bigger dogs. There's different categories when it comes to my dogs. Unfortunately,
Hey,
there
you
were a
want to go
couple
under?
of losses. Uh-oh, what's going on?
I was just moving because he's sitting over here. He's trying to get away from. So in the beginning, he would not get out of her ass. He
I
just kept
remember.
sniffing her,
Yeah,
sniffing her. Now she just follows him around, and he doesn't like when she sits like next to him or on top of him because she won't stop bugging him now. So he has to go hide. So now he's hiding next to me.
unbelievable.
You did this to yourself. It was like 3 days. You went and get your nose out of her butt whenever you saw her. 3 days of that.
That's their
Look
way
what he
of
did.
greeting, I guess.
Yeah, it was like over the top though, and now he's coming to regret it because now she thinks,
Eh?
oh, we're buddies, and he's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. That's Mia with a lot of her dogs. The only dog that really like messes with her are Stella and poodle mixed Birdie. But yeah, it's like that because obviously, I mean, she's still 1 years old, but she still acts like a puppy. Like nothing much has changed. Um, what was I just fucking talking about? Now you got me distracted.
Oh, the dog was eating fucking everything.
No, yeah, the
I gotta
dog.
go.
So
Go ahead, Tyson. I gotta go
I
find her.
have.
Give me 5 seconds.
Give me 5 seconds. Okay.
Oh no, I
Um.
found her. She came running. She
Okay,
came
so
running
it's
back. She
five
was sitting by
seconds.
the door. We're good.
Anyways, I have
Anyway,
different categories of dogs. I have small, medium, and big.
yes. You have too
So
many goddamn dogs. No offense. You just have a lot of
I
fucking dogs
mean,
and a lot of people at that house too.
I know.
I don't know how you do
Unfortunately,
it.
recently we're down two, but
That is unfortunate. And a bird. Rest in
and a
peace, the
bird.
bird. I
Yeah,
like the bird.
that one
That
fucking
was
caught
it.
me.
Was unfortunate when you called me about it. It was really unfortunate. I was like, yeah, no,
I was just
yeah.
okay, so like that's part of the reason why we were a day late.
Last
Wednesday
week
everything was ready. We were gonna record, or no, it was Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days. We were gonna record,
it was
do
Wednesday
whatnot
because Tuesday we
Wednesday,
had stuff, but we're like, we're just gonna record late on Wednesday. No big deal. We
and
were gonna
then yeah.
send it, and then yeah.
So yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
like yeah, Wednesday night, I'm eating dinner, um, and everything was normal for the most part, and then we started hearing like this barking sound, like it was, "Burp, burp, burp," and we thought it was Stella because for some reason Stella loves getting lost in the house, which
What the
she
fuck?
loves getting locked in behind doors. It's just it's something that she does. So while my dad was looking for her, um so the way her name's Carlos. The way her cage is set up and built is that
Yeah.
there's plexiglass surrounding her cage so that she doesn't get out, escape, or anything gets in or out. So what we think happened is that her claw got stuck between the plexiglass and the cage, and she was.
Oh.
But the thing is that like I've had her for over a decade. She's never once made a fucking barking noise. That's why it threw us off because we thought it was Stella.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I mean, it really fucking threw me off. So we thought it was Stella. So by the time my dad got there to like get her out, what we think happened was I think she was like struggling so much that she accidentally cracked her neck. So it was just
Damn.
instantly. So like we got her out and
Damn.
she just flopped. And like
Mhm.
I'm telling you, like that was like we knew that Phineas and Bella were in their last days because they were sick.
Yeah.
Both of them had their illnesses and stuff. But with Carly, it was just a fucking freak accident that happened, and it really fucking hurt. It stung. It sucked. Cause like we just got off April being one of the shittiest months of the
Mhm.
year so far, and then now this. So sorry for being
Yeah.
late last
Rest in
week.
peace,
Um,
Carly.
Mississippi. Yeah, she was gonna live. Do you know how long her breed lives for, dude? She was
Like 50, 60 years, right?
40 to 50 years. Yeah, she was
Uh,
legit in my parents' will for me, and my brother to take care of once my parents were gone. That's how
yeah.
long.
When I
Like,
used to do the bird feed, I learned about that. Like
yeah.
expect parrots too. Parrots, even if you get them when you're young, most of the time, as long as you take care of them, you have to put them in your will. Even if you get them when you're like 10 years old, you have to put them in your will because you'll probably die before that parrot, which is crazy to think about.
It's so weird. It's so, but
That
yeah,
that
like,
that's one thing I will not get a parrot for that reason. I'm like,
no,
I don't
yeah.
respectfully, I don't need an animal
They're
outliving
an
me. You know what I mean? It's
interesting
a little weird.
category of pet. You know what I mean? Like, I've had,
Oh yeah, I know.
I like, there's different, like, some people have cats, people have dogs. Birds are not uncommon. It's a little weird. Like, you're not gonna go up to like one out of every 10 houses maybe have a pet parrot or
I
a
was gonna say
bird.
may have a bird, yeah. I
Um,
I would maybe put it to 1 out of 20,
oh yeah, it really
but
like
I
yeah.
all the time I walk because obviously, I'm going to different people's houses, like almost 4 houses a day, if not more, and it's not uncommon to find a bird. People that have birds.
Yeah.
Like, it might not be a parrot because a parrot's a lot bigger
Yeah,
endeavor
you've
than a
seen
lot of
Carly
people
before,
think.
right? You met Carly?
Yeah, yeah. She was a conure, right?
No, she was
Or was
a
she was a, cockatiel?
yellow sniped Amazon snipped. I don't know how to pronounce something striped Amazon bird, something like that. She
Oh,
had a
okay.
yellow thing on her forehead. She had under her wings. She had rainbow feathers, which was really fucking cool.
Mhm.
Um,
But she was green on her top,
she was
right?
green. Yeah, she was all green.
Yes.
Yep, yep.
She looked like
Um,
a conure, but like an off version of a conure.
I'm trying
If
to let me
the
look up
bird
a
people know
quick
what that
image.
means.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon, and I talk to people all the time because I'm a big chatter. I love talking to people. And one lady, she had two African red something parrots, and they were like, full size parrots. And she's like, I used to let them out. However, she can't get them back in because she's older. She's probably in her 70s. She's like, I can't get them back in when it's time to go back in the cage. And now they know I can't get them back in. They're faster than me. So I can't let them out unless I have somebody else, younger here that can get them back in the cage
yeah.
for that reason. Because she can't get them back in. So they lost a lot of fly time. Okay. I was wondering what this dog was doing. She's trying to
That's
get
what
out
it
of
is.
the
I'm sorry. It's a yellow
Keep going.
naped Amazon. I don't know why I said sniped. Fucking stupid ass. Yeah, she was a yellow naped Amazon bird.
Yeah.
Very beautiful bird.
Yeah. No, all the picture I saw, she was a very good looking bird.
Nice
Not
and
the
green.
biggest, not the biggest.
She was,
It's like
you
a
know, yeah.
medium-sized bird. Yeah,
Above
like
that,
a
like
medium
not
size.
the fucking
Yeah.
blue motherfuckers that are like
Yeah, no, you're not getting like a finch or even a cockatiel.
too
Not even a
like little.
cockatiel.
I love cockatoos. They're funny. I love the videos
They're
on
just
them
too
cursing.
small. I'm like, how do you expect this bird to go back in its cage when you let it fly around? I'm like, that bird ain't going back in.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't understand that if it's too small. What is it?
Google says 60 to 80 years. I was told
6 to 8.
50 to
Okay,
50,
yeah.
but like that's fucking so long. Holy shit.
That's what it the 80 is like perfect conditions,
Yeah.
everything. The
I
bird
mean,
has
everything was
perfect
healthy with her,
genetics,
as far as we know.
perfect everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I won't get a bird. Leo, my one animal I'm not allowed to get. Obviously, it's a zoo here. I'm not allowed any birds. She's like, I will not. No
Really?
birds. No
Not
birds.
even.
Absolutely no
Do you
birds.
want a bird or to like?
I
Is
don't.
this?
I'm not. I thought they'd be cool, but I'm not that interested in getting a bird. It's like one of those things that, oh yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
cool, but
They're fun to
I don't want to
train.
have to put
I
a
will say.
yeah, I don't want to have to put a bird in my will. I also, no love these guys. Vienna. I don't know where sorry, hold on a second.
Very
Vienna.
good. Brianna, come here, girl.
I don't know where she's at. Anyway, it doesn't matter. find her way over here eventually. I'm gonna have to go check on her in a second. But that's one thing. Like with these guys, like I know respectfully, sorry right here. I know they're probably gonna die in let's say 20 years if they get the max out of their lives. Oh, there
Yeah.
she is. What you doing? Um, you know what I mean? Like I know 20 years down the road, I'm no longer gonna have them. It sucks, but
Yeah. It's good and bad to have an
however,
animal that lives that long.
exactly. It's like I don't. It's a lot when eventually you're like, I really just want to take care of myself. Especially like when you get like I can't wait till I have children with these guys because they'll be like just old enough where they'll be playful, but they'll be old enough to know to like not trample over kids.
Yeah.
However, they'll grow up like the young part of the kids' lives until they'll probably, if I had to guess, they'll probably pass away when the kids are around 12, if I had to guess.
You talking about a
Well,
bird or a dog?
the two
Uh,
dogs.
yeah.
Because Vienna's 8 weeks. Obviously, probably Vienna is going to go after Titus, however, but Titus is only 2. Titus is
Yeah.
2, she's 8 weeks. So
Yeah, man.
it's
It was
I'm
literally
excited for that part.
it was literally an ongoing joke, and I wrote it in her like kind of like obituary that like Carly was literally supposed to meet my kids and like
Yeah. Yeah.
possibly their fucking kids if they're talking about
That's a
80
shame.
fucking
Yeah.
years.
It's such a
Like
shame.
it's like it was so weird. It all happened so quick, and it just fucking I hated it. I feel like there's more I could have done. Um, but yeah, birds are definitely. I would I recommend getting a bird? Yes
No.
and no. I mean, it rare like there can be comfort animals. Like that was one of my mom's comfort animals. Like when she was like, they're very like
Mhm.
you have to be really nurturing of them. You have to take them to get their wings clipped every like 3 to 6 months. I could be wrong
What do you
about.
mean wings clipped? Like to not
So
allow them to fly?
yeah. So basically, like
Oh, she had her wings clipped?
yeah,
Oh, I
every
didn't know that.
yes, it's kind of like getting their nails
Explain the
cut.
process.
So
Explain
I'm
that.
not sure how they do it. I'm assuming hopefully it wasn't painful,
Yeah. What
but
does it do? I guess is the best way to put
so
it.
it basically prevents them from able to fly. So she could have hovered, like she could have jumped. She's jumped before, like she could probably jump from my bed to here maybe if because she
Yeah,
can
it
like
could
hover
she
like
can
a
kinda hover, yeah,
yeah
but she can't full on flight, pull
no
out the window and
because
leap.
the one time shout out to my dad, we lost her for an entire day because he had the genius idea of taking her out to go get the mail, and she flew off essentially.
On his shoulder. That's
Yeah,
my worst that's my like, that's one thing I hate about birds because 'cause I'm always like, "What if I accidentally open the window and the bird just boop, gone?"
yeah.
I'm not getting
Funny
that bird back,
So
respectfully.
funny enough, depending on the size of your bird, they sell bird leashes. We had a bird leash for Carly. Like we I want to say
Oh my
walked her,
lord,
but like
really?
we had something that like you put her around her body, and so she's not going in. We didn't even really use
Almost
it.
like a
We used it like
harness for a
once
bird.
maybe.
Wow.
Um,
Huh.
but yeah, we lost her for an entire day. We ended up finding her at her neighbor's like bush. She was literally fucking camping in the neighbor's bush. But um, some birds are cool. You know what I
Nice.
mean? Like
Yeah.
if you get too small, they can become a little tedious. Too big, they're fucking like absolutely terrifying in my opinion.
Yo,
Um,
you don't like big birds? Really?
no, no. You
I
know what I'm
didn't
talking about? Those big ass blue birds. I can't
Oh,
like
I like, blue parrots, like African parrots
big blue.
or, what's the big jungle? Amazon, like Amazon. I don't want to say it's Amazon, but I get what you mean. I think I get what you mean.
I think I'm trying to. I just
Are
searched
you
the
talking? Are they parrots or something else? Macaws,
the
blue macaws. I think blue macaws are awesome.
big blue
Speaking of
bird.
blue
Yeah,
macaws,
yeah.
everybody knows
Macaw.
Rio.
Hayak. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce that. Something macaw. It's
That's a
called.
macaw. Okay. Can you put it in the chat in like either broadcast room chat or the
Like
main talk chat?
yeah.
If I can pronounce it. But the blue macaw, if some of you don't know this, we actually thought went extinct. It was the bird from Rio. Everybody knows Rio and
Yeah.
Rio 2. We love that show. Um, we thought they went extinct, unfortunately. I was very upset about it. I cried a little bit, I won't lie. I'm
Meteor is
such a
a
bitch when
W
it comes to
fucking
that thing.
movie.
Um, and then, however, like a year or two ago, they found more. They found only a couple, but they found like 2 or 3 or 4 more, so they're no longer extinct, and they were found in the wild, and they're
Yeah.
back, baby. They started repopulating them and getting them back into, the wild, which
Damn.
I think is awesome. I think that is where did you put it?
Main talk.
Oh, gee, what yeah, that's a blue macaw, it looks like.
They're fucked
Oh,
because like
yeah.
when we originally were in, there's a
Yeah,
bird shop. I got the name of the bird shop. It's in Jersey where we got Carly.
yeah.
Um, there was one that really liked my mom, and I was young, so I was. It could be just because I was smaller at the time, but compared to like me, the bird was fucking humongous. Like
Those
they
birds can be
scared me a
big.
little bit.
That's I think I have a weird fascination with just big things, so, personally, like, sound fucking terrible when I said that out of my mouth.
Big things,
Oh, yeah,
Troy. Big things,
big things.
big
Um,
digs.
like, big snakes don't scare me, big birds don't scare me, just big things big like, I want a big rabbit. I want of course, I'm gonna, a not a Feswick, I can't think of the fucking name right now,
Ferret,
but one of those no, the rabbits
gerbil,
are huge.
gerbil, capybara.
No, rabbit. Rabbit. It's a rabbit that
Oh,
is
I
like the
thought
size of bigger than cats.
a
Like bigger than
fucking
big
cat.
size cat. It's a uh is it a Feswick giant? It's not a Feswick giant. I gotta look this up. Hold on a second.
Um,
Um
Point being, while Troy looks this up.
yeah, I love giant things. Oh, what is this? Flemish giant. Flemish giant.
Okay, now
That's what
put down the chat. Put down the chat
oh
if you
I
can.
got this. Hold on. So
I'm very curious.
for comparison, I'm gonna can I just copy and paste? Is that
Yes,
how you do it? Sorry,
right click the image.
I'm not as computer savvy as Marco is.
Very.
However, yeah, I
So yeah,
still
just right
understand this
click
shit.
it, and then it's just say copy and just Control V into the chat.
Processing. That's for size comparison. A
Oh
full
my
size Roddy
fuck!
next to him. This guy is holding one. You can see.
That I wouldn't mind. I love rabbits. They're fucking
I
cool.
think rabbits are awesome. However, they get fucking huge. The Flemish giants. I want one so bad. She won't let me get one. Um.
Damn.
However, the thing is, size. It's just like straight
Does
size.
not matter.
No, yeah, I know. Well, I like bigger things, so I'm just gonna put that out there.
I take what I can
I'm
get.
trying to find. Oh, here we go. This is the picture I was looking for. This is what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm putting so many.
Oh
I'm
my
putting.
god,
Hold
that's an
on, hold on, hold
infant.
on. This one. This. Look at this picture.
That's fucking fake. There's no
No, that's a
way.
real rabbit. That's a Flemish giant. That's
That's
a
a
Flemish giant.
fuck. No
They're a
shit.
little
She
bit
doesn't want that
closer.
in your house. Are you fucking shitting me?
No, it's a little bit bigger because she's holding it in front of her, so the rabbit looks a little bit bigger. But
It looks like she's
you get
grabbing
the
like a
size
fucking
comparison.
accordion. What the
Like,
fuck?
yeah, you have to hold it side to side. They're like full spread out. They're like at least almost 4 feet long.
Holy fucking shit.
These rabbits are like if you get a purebred, you're gonna get a bigger one than if you just get a plain old Flemish giant. But yeah, that's what I would love to go because they're literally bigger than cats.
No, yeah, no
Bigger
fucking
than
shit.
cats.
That's bigger than
But
most
the problem is
orphan infants. Fucking Jesus.
the baby. So the baby rat. So you know what my rabbit Chloe looks like, right?
Yeah.
The baby Flemish giants are like a tiny, like I don't like maybe an inch or two smaller than Chloe. And Chloe's a big rabbit. Chloe is bigger rabbit than most. Their like the 6 months old are about almost the same size as Chloe. And I have
Damn.
a big rabbit. For those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
she's a chunky girl. She's chunky and she's just big in general. I think
Chunky.
she might have part Flemish in her. I don't know, but she's bigger than a lot of other people's rabbits. However, yeah, you get the size comparison. As a baby at 6 months old, that's how big they are, and
That's
then they just
fucking
like double,
brutal.
almost
Oh
triple in
my.
size.
And how's your life expectancy?
I believe 8 to 12 years.
Damn, that's good. That's like yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
you get
That's good.
yeah. They're like. Do you say they're like kids?
Their
Damn.
size. Like that
Oh,
photo
oh
you
yeah.
sent me.
I thought you said age-wise, they're like kids.
No, what the fuck?
You have fucking kids. You're just
Keep
like
fucking
12 years old.
drinking,
Ah,
buddy. Keep
goodbye. You're
fucking
getting put down.
drinking.
We don't want you anymore.
Um, now that you mention it, like I've had some pretty. Well, I want to say strange. The weirdest and
She
oddest.
pooped inside. I can smell it.
I know that fucking smell all too well. You
Hold on,
wanna
I'm gonna go.
you wanna go clean it, and I'll keep the audience entertained.
Okay, give me a second. Hold on. Maybe
All
not.
right. Well, while Troy cleans up some dog shit, what I was going to say.
We did both.
Oh my. That does not sound too pretty. What I was trying to say is that one of the more stranger pets that I've had growing up was a pet duck. Um, I think it was a boy. His name was Captain. I don't know how or when we got it. Um, I remember loving it. I remember taking baths and cleaning it up in the bath. I remember taking it was so fucking cool. I'm gonna ask Troy to guess what the strangest pet I've ever had. Um, but for the people down below in the comments, what is your strangest pet you've ever had? I'm very curious to let you guys know, cause but if I had to guess, if one of the questions that I've had this talk with my family for for shits and giggles, but one of the animals I've always wanted, um, but it'll be extremely hard to have is a raccoon. I think raccoons are so fucking cute. Obviously obviously most of them have a bad stigmatism around them, that the fact that they're fucking dangerous and full of rabies. Obviously, yes, some are. Um, but like I've seen videos of like people rescuing baby raccoons and nurturing them, and then they just eventually keep them. Obviously, if they're nurtured, kept healthy, and are well house trained, I would love to have a pet raccoon. Um, but yeah, write down in the comments, guys, what animal would you guys would hope to get? If you had to choose. I'm trying here. I fucking Troy is taking a good as old time cleaning up some dog shit, which um I know all too well. But yeah, so sorry for getting a little dark there with Carly. Rest in peace to Carly. I miss you, baby girl. I love you. Um, but would I recommend getting a bird? Absolutely. If you want a caring, nurturing bird, like they're a great pet. You know, obviously Carly had her moments here and there, but like she was fucking awesome. She was hilarious. Oh, I see Troy in the background. I think he's in the active process of dumping the shit in the trash can. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, he's coming back. Let's
Sorry
see.
about
I'm gonna ask
that. Sorry
him.
about that, everybody. All right. What are we talking about? Dude, I knew she was gonna do this shit. I took her out twice before starting this.
Apparently,
I
it
woke her
wasn't
up.
enough.
I know. I woke her up. I was like, all right, we're gonna, I know I'm gonna record this in a second. Took her out. Nada. Okay, you just peed like 30 minutes ago.
This fucking
She
silly
usually
Billy.
holds it for about close to 2 hours. Hour to 2 hours is usually her thing. I'm like, all right, fuck you.
You should have
Take her out
known
again.
better.
Nothing. I'm like, shit. All right, whatever. I'm gonna have to just deal with it. It is what it is. It's like her, because she doesn't understand to like go outside is when we go to the bathroom yet. It's still
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh, it sounds like a good idea, but it's not what I have to do. You know what I mean? I can
Yeah.
just use the bathroom when I want. And the problem was when we in the beginning, she was peeing inside a lot of the times. She was being so annoying with it. She was peeing inside and she was only peeing on the carpets. So we had to pull all the carpets up and just have the hardwood, which sucks for Titus because obviously he has no carpet to lay on and walk on because it could be a little bit slippery
Yeah.
as with her. But we had to. It's kind of like luckily he doesn't slide as much on this. It's probably vinyl.
He was
He
slipping a
doesn't
little
slide.
bit when I was at
He
the
does. He
party.
does. Oh yeah, when he gets worked up, he can slide. But when he's just walking normally, he doesn't really slide. Luckily, he's not as worried about it, which is good. But
Yeah.
it's just I feel bad because I'm like I know the padding's probably nice to walk on, sleep on, whatever if you're just relaxing. But
Anyways,
well,
what
she
what I
loves the
was
privilege. Anyway, what are you
what I
saying?
was talking about is
Yeah.
the most.
Can I take another shot in the meantime?
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
I
do
was
that. All right.
trying to talk
So,
about was the strangest animal that I've ever had. And I was gonna see if you could take a guess on what you think the weirdest animal I've ever
oh, the
had.
strangest animal you've ever had. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this because then you got to guess my strangest animal. Hold on. I want you to guess for I'm gonna have you guess two things first. How many cats I've had at a time. I shouldn't say me, but my family have had at one time.
Yeah.
And then how many animals I had at one time at my last apartment, which was not very big, but how many in total I had. No fish. No fish. So you don't have to worry about, counting fish or anything. There's no fish there.
Same for me then.
Yeah.
um.
So your craziest animal you had,
Yeah.
it's gotta be some kind.
I don't want to say
You know what?
craziest is a good route. Like the most outlandish. Like you don't
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
you would
say you had a big lizard of some kind, like an iguana, or like I would say tegu, but I'm guessing you don't know what a tegu is.
no.
Probably not a tegu. Maybe it's either an iguana or you had like a hedgehog.
No. It
Okay,
was
what you
I
got?
had a pet duck.
A
I had a
duck.
I had a pet
That's
duck named Captain.
okay.
I want to like I said, it wasn't outlandish,
Okay.
but you don't see that many people in fucking
Yeah, I
Pennsylvania
know.
having a pet duck.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Now, did he free roam or was he like sectioned off to a section and then you let him go or something?
Kind of like sectioned off. This was years ago. This was like a decade ago. So I was really young
Okay.
when we had him.
Yeah.
I don't know where we got. I think it was kind of like a rescue thing. We didn't keep it. We kept it for like around a year, and then we gave it to a rescue, I think, or a farm, so that the duck had more free range, I guess.
So it could go in a pond.
Probably, yeah. But we
Did you have a
kept
kiddie
it,
pool for it?
huh?
Did you have a kiddie pool or like a
Yeah, we
bathtub for
did.
it?
We did. We did a
Okay.
kiddie pool.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
explaining how I used to give the little duck baths. So I would go in the bathtub and I'll
Mm,
get a little toothbrush and just clean the cutest little fucking the cutest little fucking thing
yeah.
ever. But it was really nice. But I also, before I answer your questions, I asked the viewers at home, what's an animal? Actually, technically, you already answered it. What's an animal that it's outlandish, but you always wanted to have? And I guess would have been that fucking rabbit you were just talking about.
No. Oh, most outlandish that I want to have?
Yeah.
I already got an answer for it. I want a red panda.
Fuck, I don't
Yeah,
think there's a
no. No,
Pennsylvania
that's one of
legal.
my goals in life is to be able to have a red panda at my house.
Is it like this regular size of a regular panda?
No, no. So giant. What you're thinking of as a panda per se is a giant panda. It's a bear. They're basically bears. They eat bamboo all day long because obviously bamboo has barely any
Aw, they're so fucking
nutrients.
cute.
Yes, they're like the
They're like
size of a cat.
dogs. Dogs and
Yeah.
cat. Yeah, and they're like,
Yep.
aw.
I want one so bad, and I would
Okay,
love to have. That's my goal in life to eventually have an extra room slash outdoor area for a red panda.
the
I've looked
market
into it
for
already.
the market for pandas in Pennsylvania is a very outlandish one. I would
What is
probably
it?
get. I'm just guessing. I don't fuck.
Oh, oh yeah. No, in order to get a red panda, they're about depending on how or what the situation is, or if whatever it is, you're about 5 to 10,000 just for the red panda.
Oh,
You also have to
money.
get Yeah, you have to get certified. You have to be certified, and I believe you have to be it has to be like a rescued panda. It can't just be like I'm gonna go buy a red panda and have it as my pet,
Damn.
which is fine. But you have permits, you have to have a license for it, you have to have a little bit, I don't know if it's schooling or not, but I think that's the
I'm assuming
licensing
like
permit part of
zoology or
it.
like something like that kind of.
Kind of. It's like you got to be trained for it
No, I get it.
almost.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and, get a degree for it, but you have to like get training on it. You have to be certified. You have to get a certification for it as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. You get a certification for it. I already looked into it. Trust me.
That's funny.
And then
What?
you also they have to do a full inspection of your area of where you're gonna have the red panda, how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna feed it,
Damn, you
what you're
fucking
gonna
done
do.
research on
Yeah,
this.
oh
Damn.
yeah. Oh no, this is one of my goals. Yeah, of course.
That's funny. I like it.
I almost cry when I see them at zoos.
That
And
oh, that's cute.
by the way, for those of you that don't know, the Norristown, which is I forget what the zoo's called in Norristown. Marco, help me out.
I could.
Yeah,
I've
you
been to
know,
his.
really?
I've never been to a zoo really.
What?
I know that's a
What?
lie. No,
You've
that's a
never
lie.
been to a zoo
That's a
before?
lie. That's a lie. I went to when I was younger, but I barely remember it.
Elmwood Park. Elmwood Park
Elmwood,
Zoo. It's in
yeah,
Norristown.
that rings a
There's
bell.
also the Philadelphia Zoo that also has red
That's
pandas.
the
They
one I
both have red
went.
pandas.
The one thing I remember about going to the zoo is the butterfly garden. I remember liking that. I think it was
Okay.
in Philadelphia. I'm not sure.
The
Um,
zesty ass.
stop.
Stop.
Um,
But yeah, they
but
both have them, which is awesome. The Elmwood Park Zoo just got one. It was
that's
like I
awesome.
think 2 or 3 years ago they just got one, and I came a little bit after they got them, and I saw them. I was so happy. I was so happy. I almost cried. And I also saw them at the Philadelphia Zoo. We went this past summer. Fucking loved it. There was two of them. Loved it. Oh my god.
That's
Um,
cute.
the thing is, I like seeing them. I think it'd be awesome to get an actual panda. However, an actual
That's
panda is
even
a lot
more.
more.
Yeah.
It's
America
like
barely has any
zoo.
pandas,
If
regardless. Like
you
Japan or China
yeah
owns majority of the pandas,
yeah it's like you basically have to have a zoo in order to get a
or just
panda,
live
and
in
you have to be
China
like,
and then get one.
well, yeah, I guess you could do that, but I'm
Who
not
wants to
moving
live
to
in
China. No
China?
offense. Exactly, Japan maybe, but not China.
I love. I want
Sorry,
to go to
people.
Japan. Anyways,
Me too.
before you game yamble on and more
Okay.
about it,
All right. So my question is, how
I didn't
many? What are you saying?
I
Sorry.
didn't say
Sorry.
mine. You went on
Sorry.
about
No. Hold
pandas.
on. Wait. What are you saying?
Well, my outlandish animal that I've always wanted.
Oh. Okay.
I was
All
just
right.
gonna
Let's
straight
go
up
for
say a
it.
raccoon. I've always wanted a pet raccoon.
Oh, that's a basic for me.
I
You
love. They're
should
so
ask
fucking cute.
you should ask the girlfriend about raccoons, and she will go on a tirade because I tried to get one about 6 months ago. I did too much research, and I tried to get one, and she told me
I
no,
l-
so
I
I
love.
stopped.
They're so like the fat
You can get
ones.
them.
Oh, they're so
You can
cute.
get one for like, if you go to the right places, you can get one for like $200 to $400.
What do they fucking? Do
Yeah.
they eat? What do they? I mean, they'll obviously eat trash, but like, what do the fuck do they actually eat? Supposed like
They eat
mice?
vegetables and then some meat.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, just vegetables and some meat.
okay.
You have to get a However, you have to get a permit, by the way. You have to get a permit to have one.
Oh, you need a permit for fucking everything. That's bullshit.
Right? Well, red pandas compared to raccoons, red pandas you got to get a certificate, there's like 100 more steps. But
Yeah.
raccoons, you have to get a permit and then you can have one. They say it's illegal to have one in PA, which is true unless you have a permit. If you have a permit to get one, you pay whatever amount it is, and I think you have to take like a class or two on having one, and that's it, and you get your permit.
Woke,
It's
Pennsylvania.
not that complicated. If you want to do it, you can do it. However, you got to be careful because raccoons can sometimes not like other animals, but however, raccoons will attack the other animals.
Really?
So you got to be a little careful with that. Yeah. That's why I didn't end up. That's one of the reasons, because I got the rabbit, the chinchilla, everything else.
Mm.
Um, it was kind of like, I don't want to take my risk. I like my Chloe. She's quite nice. You know, she has an open top. She's not in a full cage. She's just in like a barrier almost. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
take my chances of a raccoon getting in there and then killing her. Fortunately, that's what probably would happen.
Damn.
Um, yeah, it's unfortunate. That's why I love them, but they have the remember, at the end of the day, everybody listening, an animal is an animal at the end of the day. No matter how much you domesticate it, no matter how much you train it, no matter how much love you give it, how much care you give it, anything, it is an animal at the end of the day. And an
Mm-hmm.
event, not saying it will happen, but you always have the chance of an animal being an animal.
Yeah.
So you got to take the animalistic instincts into consideration before buying pets. Of course,
Exactly.
everybody.
That just goes to like dogs
Especially
too.
exotic.
Yeah.
Dogs too, but especially exotic stuff like
Yeah.
raccoons, stuff like that.
That's kind of like what we were talking
You got to
about
be careful.
Carly a little bit. Is that I've always wanted to like give Carly a sibling, but like we were
Yes.
strictly prohibited. Like Carly would definitely
Yes.
attack the bird.
Yes. I've
Yeah.
heard that. It's
It
just
sucks.
weird. That's
But I mean, at the end of the day, like Carly was enough. We took good care of her. She had her own big ass bird cage to chill out, her little own little mansion to hang out in. We gave her, but yeah. So to answer your question, you said how many cats did you have at once? That was
Yes.
it.
Sorry. Yes. How
Um,
many cats do you think I've had? Cats. Nothing else. Just cats.
I'm gonna
At one point in
say
one house.
13. Am I higher or lower?
Is that your final answer?
Yes, I think 13.
Final answer 13.
Yes,
Wrong. It is higher.
I was gonna say 15.
I had 16 at one time.
Ooh,
When I was
fuck.
a child, it wasn't me. Number one, it wasn't me. I was, everything that happened. And none of them were bought. All of them were rescues.
Oh,
Side of the
so
road,
and you
in
lived with them. They weren't
boxes.
like a fostering type.
Nope. Fully inside. Fully inside. They were our cats.
Why?
Uh,
You just
my dad
insane
is
cat
a
people?
cat lover,
Yeah, I can see
and
it.
he can't say no to finding an outdoor cat that wants to come inside and or a box of kittens.
Like, who the fuck would turn down a box of kittens?
Nowadays, it's a lot less prevalent to find a box of kittens because obviously a lot of people just bring it in, foster them and then give them
Yeah,
to a rescue or somewhere to give them out.
hopefully. I mean,
Obviously,
that's the shit with like what I was
or they'll just
doing.
keep them.
What I
Obviously,
was
but
doing,
yeah,
what my family used to do with the straight network animal rescue. My aunt runs that non organization where like you said, the right thing to do if you don't want your dog is to simply bring it to a fostering home, bring it to like rehome them. Not people in the fucking
yes,
south. People would bring in the
no,
kill shelters and just kill them.
I know it's
Which just
unfortunate, but that's 100% true.
like people like
100% true.
these dogs that we've fostered and I've seen in person, it fucking breaks my heart. Like the shit that they showed in the NCAA or not NCAA, I'm fucking stupid.
Your ASP,
ASP,
SPCA,
sorry. That like those
SPCA.
commercials are real. Like I've seen
Oh, 100%. They're actual real dogs that are like, have no
they're
love
left
and they
on
want love.
highways. They're left in like shitty like Bonnie. You saw Bonnie. Her and her babies were left on the side of the highway, and now look at her.
Which
Of
one,
course,
Bonnie again?
my
Sorry.
beagle, the one I have.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
She had
The
10
Beagle. Yep.
babies.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
my
Yep.
baby
Yep. I
girl. I
remember.
love her.
I remember.
She's my favorite. No, don't say that.
How
But
many? How many do you have now?
so we were at 10,
You're at 10.
and
Okay.
we lost Phineas and Bella. So now we have Joe, Bonnie,
No.
Max, Talia, Birdie,
So you.
Stella,
Yeah.
Geo.
Sorry.
Sorry, I think seven.
Yeah.
I'm missing one.
You have 7 or 8,
8.
right?
I have 8. I
8.
have 8.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right. Which a
still
lot of people can hear that, and that's a fucking lot. No offense. That's a fucking
we've
lot of
had
dogs.
11 at most.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of dogs. No offense.
I
That's a
guess
lot.
similar to
A
you.
lot of
Look,
them.
sorry, no, sorry.
No, you're fine. A lot of them, I mean, to your credit, a lot of them are smaller dogs. So it's
Yeah,
not like he has 11, labs, German shepherds,
yeah, no,
big sized
Great
dogs running around the
Danes.
house. Great Danes. Like
Yeah.
all but what? Like now just one, but all but
Two. So
two
like,
at
that's what I was talking
there's
about,
still
like
two.
that weight class earlier. Is that like, so
Yeah.
at the time we had 3 big dogs, and I want to say they're like up near the 80,
Yeah.
90 pound
So you
mark.
had you had the lab.
The Black
It
Lab
was
Bella, who passed
the
away.
pit mix, right?
Yep, Jets Joe.
And then did you have one more? What
Bonnie
what
the
kind?
Beagle.
On see, I still consider Bonnie the Beagle like small. No offense.
Biggle.
It's like I'm just used to bigger dogs being bigger dogs. I would say Bonnie's a medium-sized dog.
Yeah,
She's like a
she wasn't
medium.
as nearly
She's a medium. Yeah.
respectfully to her. She's a big girl. She's quite
How heavy was
hefty,
she?
but like, huh?
How heavy? How heavy?
Pretty big. 90, 95, maybe more.
Holy shit!
She's a big
Sorry.
girl. I
Sorry, that's
mean,
a big.
but
She's
she's
not
lost.
tall either.
To her credit, she's
Damn.
lost a lot of weight. I mean, she does have the
Damn.
diabetes. She's the diabetes. But you're not wrong. I mean, Bella was a black lab, and black labs or any like labs in general are fucking ginormous. She was one of our tallest dogs. Joe was not far behind Bella, but because how like down like
Bonnie was bigger than them.
no no
Wait,
no no
oh,
no.
I'm
I'm saying
confused. Yeah,
Bella
I was
was
gonna
the
say, what are you
largest,
talking about?
and then
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
was
yeah,
close
yeah,
second.
yeah. Yep.
And then obviously the smallest dog we have is Mia and Stella, the Yorkies.
Yeah, yep. but most of his dogs are small,
Yeah.
other than the 3,
And we have the medium
and one's a
dogs.
be and
Yeah.
one of them are beagle. One of the bigger ones are beagles, so you can put it in their mind how, what we're considering large dogs.
Yeah.
She was heavy, but she was still a beagle.
She
No
wasn't
offense.
tall, but
Yeah,
we
she
we
wasn't
kept
tall. She
her
was just
we kept
hefty.
her in the cage with Bella and Joe with the big dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it makes sense. But where was I getting at?
Your cats.
Oh yes, we had 16 cats. It just kind of it was an accumulation of finding them outside, of just people letting them out, or just people having babies and we just rescued them inside, or finding a box of kittens.
That's
Because back
awesome.
in the day, that
I mean,
was a
you're
lot
doing good
more.
stuff. So I mean, I'll give you
I
credit.
didn't do it.
Well,
I
your
was
family,
like,
your
you
family. You were
know,
doing the
too
right
young.
thing.
Yeah.
Um,
My dad can't refuse a cat outside.
I wouldn't.
No, love well, love him kind of.
That's the one
Um,
thing
but
that
he can't refuse an outdoor cat that wants to come inside.
that's awesome.
100%. I
That's
think
the one thing
I
that I
can't
wish.
confirm. I can't confirm if anybody listening from my dad's side. I can't confirm, but I think he's at 6 right now,
I
around 6, which
am.
is still a lot for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
that's like an average amount for us right now.
That's the one thing
If he
that
passed
like.
away, unfortunately, recently, I found out
Oh.
that were my childhood cats. It was
Yeah.
unfortunate. It was first time I talked to him in a while, and he's like, "Yeah, last week Oscar, one of the cats I loved, passed
Of
away."
course, it's Oscar. Oscar
I
is a
grew
cat
I
name. I love it though.
Yeah. I grew up with them, and we call them the Three Amigos because they came in a box of 3.
Three Stooges, Three Amigos. Yeah.
Yep, Three Amigos. They were great, and I think they all passed away now.
Oh,
And it was the last time I saw them, they were all doing,
yeah.
almost perfectly fine. I thought nothing of it. Now, this is also, I think, almost 5. No, it was more than 5 years later. I was like, damn, I guess I never realized a lot of the cats were a little bit older, and that shit can happen. It's a damn
Yeah.
shame
Now
too.
sometimes it's just like
It is. It's
unpredictable.
like, yeah, he just passed away last week. And it was like, oh, I thought everybody was still doing good. I thought everybody was
Yeah.
still, rocking with it.
Sorry.
I was completely
Sorry.
wrong. No, no, this was like 2 or 3 months ago, so it's fine.
Um, but that's where like that's the thing with my family, right? Is that I'm the only one in my family that likes cats. I love cats, kittens and
Okay,
cats.
you like cats? Yeah.
But my dad hates cats. My dad said that he likes, and my mom too. They both said they liked kittens, but like once they grow up,
Yeah.
they become quote assholes end quote. Which, depending on how you raise it, what type I'm assuming what type of like breed of cat you get, can depend on. But I've seen like very well trained cats that are really loving and affectionate. I think once eventually when I like get my own place, I want a cat. I want to like get that
Okay, yeah.
experience of
Yeah,
running
no,
a.
100%.
But the thing is, don't get me wrong. I'm always a dog person. I love dogs. I love dogs. I've grew
Yeah.
up with a
I
dog
don't
my entire life. Um.
I don't want to put you anything else other than a dog person after
Oh yeah.
hearing that you have what 8 now and you had 10. When I went to your house, you had 10 at the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put you
Awesome.
anything else.
It's all. I mean, like obviously, like don't get me wrong. Like the food and the medical bills and whatnot were expensive. Um. But that's just like one of the burdens of having dogs in the first place. Also, Troy is currently shitting his brains out, I believe, or pissing his brains out, either or. Um. But yeah, so like most of these dogs that I've gotten were via, like I said, the Straight Network Animal Rescue. Shout out to them. My aunt runs that from Virginia. She started in Tennessee, and especially like around that area, Tennessee, Virginia, I guess, or down South America, um, are known for kill shelters for dogs. So any dog that they don't want, they found roaming in streets or left abandoned, they would kill. Which frankly, I don't know how that's not illegal. I don't know who's letting that still be illegal, which is fucking stupid that it's still available or an option. Um, but what we would do is one person, I forgot her name, but she was God bless her soul. She would go from Tennessee to Pennsylvania to drop off. She has a big, gargantuan white van full of dogs, and we would perform these adoption events, and through this adoption, sometimes they all don't get adopted in the first couple days of doing it.
Nice.
So we take them
All
home and
right.
foster them. No problem. Um, I was explaining to them how I want to say 90%
Heavy
of
was
our
covering for
dogs.
everybody.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
didn't
told them.
know.
Don't worry.
Ah,
I
of
told
course
them.
you did. Of course you did. Of
I
course.
had to explain. Um, I was explaining how like 90% of our dogs, we call them foster failures because majority of dogs we have are because of fostering them, and we just end up falling in love with them. That's how we met
Oh,
Bella,
interesting.
Bonnie, Joe, Max, not Max, Talia, Birdie. Like majority of the only dogs that are currently alive that we didn't because of the fostering was Geo,
Yeah.
Stella, Mia, and Max. I want to say those are the only dogs, and the rest are because of the Stray Network
Yeah.
Animal Rescue. That
Yeah.
happens to a lot of people. Like they're with
I have
you.
heard that. Yes.
What breaks your heart is that we've had other dogs that have stayed with us for like at least a year. They don't get adopted. We've tried multiple
Yeah.
times. We've been in the multiple adoption events, and they don't get adopted. And then eventually, like, okay, we're falling. Okay, and just when we're about to like say fuck it, we're keeping it, somebody will come in, and that feeling of them
Oh, you get
taking you away
attached to
from
them.
you, it
Yep.
happens. Like, um, one of the dogs we had, his name was Eddie. He had a medical condition where he had like no muscle strength. So like he'll stand, he'll shake and shiver, and he'll like fall down. And we
Yeah.
basically nurtured him to, we
Yep.
gave him, fed him. He was a skinny
Wow.
dog. So like
Wow.
after around a year, like I said, he's running, he's walking, and just when we're about to keep him, um, my dad's work friend ends up adopting. So we still keep tabs on him today. But like the feeling of like nurturing and caring for a dog for over a year, dude, and then just have to give it away,
Yeah,
it
it's hard.
sucks. And that's why we call it foster failures. But it's not in a bad way. Obviously, they end up finding their home. You have to go again.
Yeah. No, 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 no. I was just gonna go pick something up. Oh wait. Um, that's fair. On an unrelated note, can I? Well, I guess. All right, we're gonna do this really quick because I feel like we've been on this topic the entire time. People are getting bored of it. Take a guess how many pets I've had at the old apartment. It was a two-bedroom apartment. You know, a little bit smaller, cheap rent. So obviously, it's a smaller apartment. How many? How many?
And
How
your
many
last
pets do you think I
place.
had at one time? Yeah, yeah. You were there.
I was there plenty of times.
Oh,
Titus, the bunny, Chloe. I forgot the name of the bunny already.
Chloe the bunny. Yep.
What was the name of the? Not ferret. It wasn't a fucking
Of
ferret.
the chinchilla.
Chinchilla.
Graham. That was Grammy. Yep.
Including you said
Well,
including the
graham
snakes and
cracker.
shit.
Her name is graham cracker.
Crab
Yes,
cracker.
including snakes and everything else.
I remember you saying you had two or three at least. And this is all in like not all time, but like at one they're all alive at one consecutive time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm gonna go with in total. I want to say 9 in
Nope,
total.
15.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
What am I
Okay, all
missing?
right.
You
Let
had
me
snakes.
let me
You,
explain everybody. Let me explain.
yeah.
Let me explain. All right. I had Titus the dog, Chloe the rabbit, Grammy the graham cracker the chinchilla, Grammy for short, of course. I had the Ted, the albino king snake out in the living room. That was the orange that looked like candy cane. Love him. He passed away, unfortunately. Um, right. Had the hamster that we still have. We had Alfred, the chameleon gecko. We had three. What is that? So there's that, and then 1, 2, 3 of of these smaller lizards. I forget the name of them. I didn't actually end up naming them. I ended up giving them away to somebody else because I was like, they're just sitting there. You know, I'm not doing anything with them. They're just kind of small. I'd rather somebody else have them and somebody else, cherish them. So that was another three. So
Yeah.
right now we're at 9. Then I had both sand boas, you know, Bonnie and Clyde, which is what,
Damn.
11. And then I had Butters the snake, Butters the big python. I had the day gecko, which was the day gecko. I don't have a name. I still have him, but I don't have a name for him. Of course not. And then I had. I don't think I had the new. I don't think I had Saggy yet, which is
Saggy.
Saggy. He's a crested gecko that I have right now. I don't think I had him at the time yet, but I had two armadillo lizards, which makes 15. I didn't have names for them either, but they were a little bit older when I got them, so they passed away already.
Mm.
That was oh
Damn,
my god, I had 16. No, add one more, 16.
even
I had
better.
the hog nose that I still have. I still have the
God damn.
hog nose steak. I had one, two, three, four, five snakes at one point.
Now that you mention it, I
I'm
also had
down
a fuck
to
ton of animals at one
two,
point.
three, two, one,
I think at my old house,
five, six, seven.
I had the 10 dogs, Carly,
Yeah.
and then I had my 4 frogs that I had from a fucking elementary school project. So that's what? 10 plus the bird, 11 plus 4. So
What do you
12,
mean
13,
10 plus
14.
what's the four?
I had 4
I missed it.
I had 4 dwarf African frogs. So fun fact about them, quick little fun fact.
Dwarf African frogs?
So they're like the little fucking frogs. Fun fact.
Dart frogs?
No, they're called.
Okay.
I'm looking up right now. Dwarf F frog. They're like these little micro fucking creatures that So fun fact about them. I'm gonna post it in the main talk one.
So they're African
Pl-
dwarf.
Dwarf African frogs. So fun fact about them. There were a 6th grade project that we did in 6th
Yeah.
grade. Or you see them right now, right? Or
Hold on.
so there were a 6th grade project for elementary school. You were supposed to take them at home, keep them for a couple weeks. They went to stay at your home. You would have to do a project about them.
They're underwater shits.
Yeah, they live underwater, full tank.
Oh, they're the frogs that you can find at most, you
Yeah,
know,
they're pretty common pets.
pet stores.
Well, not
Yeah,
common pets, but like they're
they're pet stores. Some pet stores you can find them. They're the swimming frogs, the
yeah.
underwater swimming frogs. Got it. Okay.
So
All right.
we
Sorry.
in elementary school had an option between
Yeah.
3 creatures: hermit crabs,
Oh.
millipedes, and
Oh.
dwarf African frogs. I wanted a
Oh.
millipede because I thought it'd be dope. My
That
mom,
would be
however,
cool.
didn't because
Yeah. Of course.
my brother did the same school project a few years before I did. He picked the hermit crabs and they smelled like shit.
You brought
Um,
them home.
you have to keep him home, feed him.
Oh.
You had to do like
Interesting.
analysis and shit and whatnot. Everybody else, animals die within a week or two.
Yeah.
Sad.
Not
All 4
yours.
frogs lasted at least 6 or 7 years after.
Damn.
Those motherfuckers
Jesus
stayed.
Christ.
So I don't know. I mean, and like I kept fared. I took care of them. I fed them, cleaned their filters.
Damn.
They eventually. I
Christ.
named them. I tried naming them, but you fucking can't tell who's who. I just named them after the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and all
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've had those. My mom thought it was a good idea to have a pregnant goldfish, or not goldfish, a pregnant fish,
Pregnant
and
fish. The fuck?
ladle.
Did you do that? Did you get
No, you
hop in the tank and
fucking
get in there?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay. He's still a virgin. Anyway, sorry.
no, no,
What?
Troy.
What? Are you aren't? You aren't? That's news to me.
Anyways,
Anyway.
my mom got a pregnant fish.
He is. Sorry.
Um, and like after like for 5 years, it became a fucking kingdom. Like it was just new fishes every fucking. So we've had God knows how many fucking fish over our
Got a little
time.
incest on that goldfish action happening.
Hey, you don't blame Mother Nature. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's fair. Yeah,
You
that's
know what
fair.
I mean?
Goldfish are like
Whatever
they
happens.
don't
Whatever.
pertain to the social norms.
Yeah, man. You just,
Apparently. No, I'm
they're
not gonna say that.
not.
I was about to say something fucked up. I'm not saying that shit.
It's too woke. You know what I mean? Too woke.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um.
so by the way, everybody, I pooped earlier today, and I clogged my downstairs toilet. to make it to a friendlier note so we can um get a little bit friendlier with the
Yeah,
sad
good.
dead pet talk. I pooped
Sorry.
downstairs and I clogged the fucking toilet. My
Oh, right
ass literally.
now?
No, not right now. No. Do my poops take like at least 10 minutes? I
Good
sit there
point.
on TikTok while you poop. You sit there on TikTok. You scroll that shit. Roll through as many as you can. You're like, you know what? I should wipe now. Getting a little airy under there. It's a little
Just
crusty.
water.
Everything. Just kidding. It doesn't get crusty.
You let it
I
crust?
don't wait
Is that
that
what it
long.
is?
I don't lay crust because it's fucking gross.
I think.
I go and this is like the first time I've had an actual poop downstairs.
Really? That shit's fucking nasty.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I was running and I was like, I got the two dogs now, so I can't just leave. And after I pooped, looked down because of course I looked down before I flushed, and I'm like, damn, that shit's big.
Do you ever just take a picture of like really like you're just memorizing like how fucking gigantic that shit you just took? You ever just memorize your shit like how big it is?
Usually the problem is I clog most toilets, which is the problem.
Good point.
And yeah,
Typical.
it sucks. Won't lie, clogging every toilet. And so I went and ended up, putting a fucking log down.
Good
I
shit.
flushed the toilet. I was like, oh, shit started rising. I'm like, shit, fuck. And I just bolted
Panicking.
upstairs because, of course, the significant other to my other half decided that it's not okay to have two plungers, only one plunger. We're only gonna put it
God
upstairs, not
forbid.
downstairs. I'm like, God damn, why can't we have, we have a set where it's like a plunger and toilet scrubber in one, or not in one, but like, a holder that holds both. But she, of course, it's a she because
Women.
gay. Anyway, women. She said,
She.
"We're gonna leave upstairs." I go bolting upstairs, grab it, come down. That shit tickled my balls because I came downstairs and that shit was down. There was no longer a clog. There was no clog. So I said, all right. I flushed it again. Went right down the toilet. I was so pissed off. I'm like, you made me rush. You literally jump scared me. I was so upset. I was so upset.
God
I
damn
just
it.
bolted upstairs for this plunger to come downstairs and find it just totally normal. And I was like, this is like the first time I've actually had a full on poop down here.
Your atomic shit.
One of the atomic shits down here. It wasn't even atomic because I feel like atomic is you just blast shit all over the fucking toilet bowl.
More
Yeah,
liquid.
mine was a fucking log. Oh, big log.
All right. Well, what
Anyway,
a way to end the episode. Good topic.
wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I feel like we can keep going.
No, we can't.
It's only been an hour and 10 minutes. Why can't we?
Because our Buzzsprout only allows an hour 25. Otherwise, it won't produce it.
Last week we did less than an hour though.
There was that
We
episode
got
with
some
your boy
time.
that was 2 hours long.
That was last month. That was April. This is May. Yeah, that was last month.
Well,
Plus, then we no Marco. We missed one this month. We missed the first week of this month.
it counts as April 30th. I think that's when it starts charging it a month, which is retarded.
No, Marco. I'm pretty sure. Well, we skipped a week this month.
I know we did.
We
We did
skipped
one May
yeah.
7th, and then we did one the 22nd. So that
Exactly. We skipped a month, so we got some time.
the May 7th one was an hour 29. The one last week was an hour and 4. And the subscription I have is, I mean, I think it did do the. Anyways, we have
Sorry,
an hour
everybody,
26 minutes.
We're discussing
The
our fucking podcast.
subscription.
'Cause
I'm sorry.
sorry
I want to
it
go
won't
keep going as
trade.
well. But for
I
the
think we
sake,
should keep going, and then if we need to, we'll figure shit. We'll figure this out. Why don't we keep going? Because I got some more shit to say. I'm a little pissed off about something. I really want to talk about it.
how about this? How about for the first time ever.
We're doing
Um,
back to back. We haven't done a back to back in a while. You want to do a back to back and we do another one for next week? An idea? Sorry,
like
everybody. I
do
know
it,
you
do a
guys are
recording
listening
right
while this
after this. Is that
racing.
what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we just keep going? Yeah, we'll do this right after. We'll do another one. We keep going.
Yeah, and this is the last. Yeah, this is the last Wednesday of the month. Fuck it. All right. Well, that's gonna be the end for this particular
Yeah, yeah.
episode.
So we're
So,
gonna continue shit, but it's not gonna be pertaining to this week. We're not talking about current events. We're just talking about our fucking lives. You guys can get over it. You'll be all right. Just listen to next
I
week.
like this
It's
episode.
something.
This is a very like
It's a pretty
animal
good.
driven
Yeah.
episode. This was a
Oh,
very fun
100%.
episode. I
But
love
there's
it.
definitely something you guys should 100% listen to it next week because I got some shit talking to do. Some people that don't listen to this podcast because they don't even know about this podcast and they're relevant as fuck. Definitely listen in next week. We're gonna start that shit off, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pissed
and
about it.
this time it won't be
We're gonna
late
talk
because we
about it.
already have an episode ready. So it will be same time Wednesday, 12
Yep, the show will
p.m.
it will actually be on time this time. Don't worry,
Exactly.
guys. Sorry,
Sorry again for
about
the
the late
delay.
episodes.
Yeah.
Our schedules are kind of clashing with everything, and with
Yeah.
me moving, I'm trying to, and with especially with the new pup, it's
And,
just
yeah.
it's
And me
so
and Troy are a little further away from his original
yeah.
apartment.
We're what 30 almost 30 minutes now.
25 to 30. Yeah.
25,
You know.
yeah, 30 with traffic. Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
little bit farther now. It's a little bit harder, but
Yeah. I mean, this is a good
we got
show.
this shit.
It doesn't get the
Oh yeah,
same electricity as in person, but it'll get her
it's
done.
okay.
All right.
We'll
Well,
get her done. I like to see your butt a little bit every once in a while. That's beside the point. Anyway,
anyways, that is gonna be the end of this episode. If you guys end up enjoying, which hopefully you guys do, make sure you guys subscribe, ring the bell, follow us on all the social medias. You guys are in the drill. That is in the link in the description. Troy, any closing thoughts for the people?
we appreciate you. We love you. We hope you have comments for this shit. Put them, excuse me, put it in the description below. If you have any comments, anything you want us to do, I'd appreciate the love. We appreciate the love and support you guys give us. At the end of the day, make sure you guys have a great fucking day. That's what I'm talking about.
God
Build
bless.
yourselves up. You guys are going to have a great day tomorrow.
Amen.
Work as hard as you
Yeah.
fucking can and push through it. You guys are great. We love you.
Perfect. Goosebumps. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.